Shout out to my Sasser for sending me the story, and it's coming out of Dallas. In this picture, you see two people by the name of Joseph Bobadilla or Bobadilla, because it may be an accent in there, because he looks like he might be Hispanic. And then a woman by the name of Rebecca Evans. Now, these two right here are Dallas deputies, and both of them were arrested because they were caught looting by a destroyed, looting a Home Depot that was destroyed by a tornado. This right here doesn't shock anyone. I just did a story about a cop in Pennsylvania who got caught stealing heroin from lockup, and he didn't get the proper discipline that he should have received. I don't even think he was fired. But if you remember, and I didn't get a chance to talk about this, there was a cop also in Dallas of the palm-colored kind who was caught looting a destroyed liquor store. And this guy could not have been more obvious if he tried. Like, he was very bold for doing this. He didn't steal a little small vial of liquor, like something that you could put in your pocket, like some cognac, like a little small whatever. He stole this big ass bottle of liquor that could be seen clear as day in his hand. I wouldn't be surprised if he started to drink it while he was right there, and he got caught. Now, I don't know what the outcome of that situation was, because that story has become buried, and I haven't heard anything from it since. But this story right here, you have these two cops. Now, it's interesting that back when Hurricane Katrina happened, you had black people out there who were trying to get things and supplies because they lost. That was one of the most devastating, if not the most devastating, hurricane on American record. Trying to survive because aid wasn't getting there fast enough, and those people had to survive somehow. But the people that were trying to get food and supplies for themselves, they got shot. Like, you had them, like, that's one thing mainstream media won't talk about. They were using black people down there as target practice, and they were flying above in helicopters and shooting them people dead when they were trying to get supplies of food to get them through the day. And they shot and killed them. Yet you have these cops right here who were supposed to be guarding wreckage at that Home Depot, and what were they caught doing? Stealing. The same exact thing that they love to accuse black people of doing. Even when there were riots happening and they had black people who were looting and stealing stuff, they love to put it all over the news how we were these savages and we only stole stuff and everything like that. This coming from the same group of people who have ancestry that goes back eons, where they have stolen entire land masses, and they want to talk about people stealing stuff from a store. Get the fuck out of here with that lame ass comparison. Besides, I'm almost certain that insurance will cover all of that. But it's the principle of the matter that they will come down harder on us opposed to people like the ones you see in this picture. I'm sure they didn't need anything that they stole out of that Home Depot that they could not have bought themselves. It says 2 Dallas County Sheriff's deputies were arrested Thursday after they were accused of stealing from a Home Depot store destroyed by a tornado last month. Joseph Bobadilla, age 25, and Rebecca Evans, age 41, were charged with theft of property between $750 and $2,500. As a public servant, they face an enhanced theft charge, a state jail felony, authorities said. Home Depot's corporate office notified the sheriff's office that Bobadilla had stolen from the store on Forest Lane, which was leveled when several tornadoes tore through the Dallas area on October 20th. Bobadilla was booked into the Dallas County Jail about noon Thursday. He posted a $500 bond, which really equals out to $50 goddamn dollars. About 1:40 p.m., records show. Evans was booked into the jail around 3 p.m. also on a $500 bond. The sheriff's office said Bobadilla had been working off-duty guarding the Home Depot store after it was destroyed. During his shifts, Bobadilla would take items from the store and later exchange them at another location for in-store credit, subsequently purchasing items with the in-store credits he received. Details on Evans' arrest weren't immediately made available. Sheriff Marion Brown said in a written statement that the office doesn't support employees who break the law. Our core values are integrity, professionalism, and accountability, and as a result, we will follow the proper procedures and guidelines in place to uphold the law and ensure the deputy is held responsible for his actions. Notice they keep saying his actions. It should have said their actions because both of them did it. A KDFW TV Channel 4 reporter tweeted video of authorities hauling out a large appliance from Bobadilla's Garland's home Thursday. And I'm looking at the picture. It's not a video. It's actually a picture. And it looks like, I'm trying to look at what it is. It's a white box with a silver back. I'm trying to think. It says it's an appliance. So you got to think Home Depot, they sell a lot of appliances, especially like when you think of like refrigerators, washing machines and everything like that. It looks like some kind of washer machine to me from this picture, but I can't really tell. But it's a device so big that it's taking 3 cops to have to haul it out of his house. That's how big it is. That's something he stole. Because remember, they said this stuff ranged in price from $750 to $2,500, which means that this device that they're carrying right here in this picture that I'm looking at had to be the most expensive thing he stole. A spokesman for the sheriff's office said Bobadilla had been hired as a detention service officer in 2014, then was promoted in 2016 and assigned to traffic enforcement. Evan has worked for the sheriff's office for 16 years. She was promoted to a deputy in 2007 after working as a detention service officer in the jail. Of course, you know, they got to run down the resume at the end to let you know how good of a cop they were up until this point. Listen, all I'm going to say is this: cop or not, whenever the temptation to take something is there, they're going to do it. That's just human nature. That's human nature mixed in with that of the nature of a thief. They saw an opportunity to take some things and they did it. They are nothing more than a common criminal that just happens to wear a badge, carry cuffs, taser, a nightstick, and a gun. But I'm glad that they called it what it was, and they called it looting, because they could have rearranged this thing and changed it to anything else. But like I said, they had the thrill to want to take things from the store. And because they are public servants, that looks even more bad on them. If they really wanted to take some shit so badly, well, now that wouldn't have worked either. I was going to say do it in some street clothes, but see, is people going to be there around the clock watching that to make sure? That's the thing. They're supposed to be there to watch, to make sure no one else comes there to steal. Meanwhile, the people that's supposed to be guarding that area are the ones doing all the thievery. Now, how much you want to bet that their plan was, if they did not get caught, was to say that while they were away and nobody happened to be there, let's just say hypothetically no one was there at that time, somebody came and they stole stuff from there and then blamed it on them and blamed it on this invisible person. And they, how much you want to bet it would have been someone that looked like you and I? Because I'm almost certain that this store, and as well as other stores, keep an inventory of things that is not sold or stuff that is sold. So they wouldn't know what was there and what wasn't, because they would have the receipts to back it up. That would have been their grand scheme. I wouldn't be surprised that they stole that stuff, and then if they tried to recover it, then they would act like, well, we don't know where it went. Maybe someone else stole it. But see, they got caught. So their little scheme failed, which I'm glad it did, because they could have put someone else in a tight situation for someone who was completely innocent. Do not underestimate the way these pigs think or the way that they get down when it comes to their level of doing dirt. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.